The world has changed. So when the world changed, you got to change or you're going to be a dinosaur. Either you change your hustle or you just be left or you just get left behind. You know what I mean? Because that mentality of being on the corner and going hand in hand, that shit dead. I understood a long time ago that the world lives on the internet. Your customer now is not on the corner. Your customer's on the internet.
That boy. That boy.
You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Likquidcash.
Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Likquidcash. I need it all out the stash, aka money making Mitch. Hide ya. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Hey, right now you watching Likquidcash broadcast, and this segment is Create a Steady Hustle. You know what I mean? This is my platform that I'm building from the ground up, and we're gonna push out content because they say content is king. I say cash is king, but they say content is king as well. And if you produce enough content, then that will equal into some cash. You know what I mean? So hopefully that'll be the outcome once I'm done with everything that I'm doing on this particular platform, all right? So check this out, man. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of things, man. Sex, money, and murder, romance for the street, huh? Hey, y'all tell me what line that song comes from and who's the artist who said that line. I cash app you $100, all right? You can pay a light bill or something. But listen, check this out, man. But on a serious note, this particular episode is about from the corner store to the corner office and that whole transition coming from the corporate world or coming from the street world into the corporate world and just living that lifestyle to the fullest. But first, we got to deal with the problems. The problem is the environment. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you grew up in a certain environment, you face with a lot of adversity and you go through things most people that grew up in a privileged environment don't go through. You know what I mean? So the environment a lot of times keep us stagnant. But we don't know it at the time because we just moving. You know what I mean? And we living. And when you grow up in the hood, everything, you know, is normal to you. You don't even understand the difference between, you know, poverty and success yet because you don't really have no real bills. I know for me, I ain't had no real bills growing up. Only thing I really wanted was a new school t-shirt or new school pants, new school shoes, and that was about it. You know what I mean? So I saved my lunch money up until I get that. You know what I mean? If my parents wasn't trying to buy it, I just saved my lunch money up, sacrifice not eating for the whole week. When I get my $25, I'm going to get me a nice cotton shirt. You know what I mean? And that's how I used to do it. Instead of wearing the polyester pants, I'll save up my money and get me a nice, you know what I mean, corduroy pants or whatever. You know what I mean? I know you're enjoying the episode, but I want y'all to take 5 seconds out your day. Just 5 seconds. Hold on. We're going to get back to it. I know it's getting juicy and we talking some real shit. You dig? But listen, I want y'all to check out my book, The Power of Thought. You can think your way to a rich and prosperous life. Change your mind and you can change your life. It's just that simple. I want y'all to check out my book, man, on www.thepowerofthought.shop. Check it out. Click the link below. Support your boy. Written by yours truly, Likquidcash. Now get back to the episode. Cheers. A lot of times that environment that we grow up in keep us caught up in this particular thing called a hypnotic rhythm. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is this. If you live in an environment where everybody's struggling, everybody's dealing with poverty, then everybody's vibrating the same energy, and that energy of negativity. You know what I mean? Because everybody's stressed out trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bills. They thinking about their next meal and where it's going to come from. And when you grow up in that type of environment, everybody is vibrating that same energy, and you caught up in that rhythm. And we all moving to the same rhythm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like music. When you hear your favorite song and you hear that beat, you move to a certain rhythm. And when you grow up in the hood, it's the same thing. It's a music that we all accustomed to. The music of complaining, the music of stressing, the music of adversity. You know what I mean? And once you dance into that rhythm, you get comfortable and complacent in that. And you don't want to leave that environment. I know for me, when I used to go to my people's crib and they live in a prestige area, you know what I mean, quote unquote, the suburbs, I felt uncomfortable because that was a different music that I wasn't accustomed to. I was accustomed to the rhythm of poverty, you know what I'm saying? And as crazy as that sound, but that's what it was. I was accustomed to going and being with my homeboys and figuring out, you know, how we gonna, you know what I mean, do this particular bad deed or this particular jukes we about to hit in a corner store trying to get some, you know, food or whatever we trying to do, you know what I mean? I was accustomed to that. It was fun growing up in that environment. But when I go to my homeboy's crib and he live in a nice area, I felt uncomfortable, man. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be there because it felt like, you know what I mean? It was out of my element. So basically what I'm saying is this: we have to understand that when you living in the hood, is an energy that's surrounding that whole environment. That's why the one person that makes it out and they go live in another place, like, you know, maybe they go to college and they go to Atlanta, or they go to or they go to a college upstate New York, where there's a little bit more, you know what I mean, positive energy circulating and shit like that, you know what I mean? They become a little bit more, you know what I mean, successful on their journey. And you always wonder why that is, because they're in a successful environment. They surrounded by people that's doing more and that's doing better than them. Anytime you know, around people that's doing better, then obviously you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna absorb some of that information and you're gonna absorb some of that knowledge. Like they say, if you hang around 5 broke niggas, you're gonna be the 6th one. But it works in reverse. It's same on the positive side. If you hang around 5 successful people, you're gonna be the 6th one. It's just being in that particular arena with people that's making moves and doing things. But a lot of times we like to be around niggas that ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? We interrupt this program for a quick, short commercial break. I know you're enjoying the episode, but don't even trip. We got you covered. We're going to get right back to it. But I got to pay the bills and let you know what I got going on. Likquidcash.com. Log on and shop with your boy, man. This is where I got all the fly merch, the fly gear. Right now, I got on that tan color Cash apparel tracksuit with the pullover hoodie with the olive green print, man. It's that fly gear you wear when you want to be comfortable and you're moving through the airport and you got on them all-white Air Force Ones. That's how you put that together right there, you dig? But if you want to go on a hot little date, you don't want to do too much, but you want to look nice while you're doing it, you get that yellow for the cool fellow with the navy blue jeans with the all-white Air Force Ones. You fresher than everybody in the building. You ain't doing too much. You doing just enough. But we also got that true blue. You put this on with some white pants and some, you know what I mean, light blue jeans, it's a wrap. You ain't even got to say too much. And we also got you covered if it's hot where you at, you want to wear something cool and comfortable. We got that Scrooge McDuck Cash Anyone t-shirt, fly, nostalgic. Y'all know the vibes. No credit, no debit. Just cash only crew neck t-shirt, man. That's all we rocking. Cash only for the summertime. We getting you covered. Log on. Fuck with your boy, man. We also got the black ice, man. You never know what you might see on this site. We also got the black ice. You want to make sure your car smelling fresh when she hop in. Your car got to smell fresh. And we also got a barcode on the back you can scan and download my album. So you got your music. You got the right aroma. Man, you got everything you need. Cheers. So it's hard to transition from the corner store to the corner office because it's fun. It's fun being in the hood, man. It's fun getting in trouble, man. Now, I mean, I know I used to like that shit because it kept everything exciting. You know what I mean? It was exciting for me to, you know what I mean, be in the hood and, you know, getting in mischief with my homeboys, getting in fights and all that. That was entertaining, man. I wanted to do that. You know what I mean? But at some point, you have to want more for your life. And that's most important. You have to want more. I can remember me moving from the Bahamas to New York, and I had this particular job giving away flyers. I used to give away flyers on downtown Brooklyn. And it was interesting for me that one day when I was giving out flyers, I'm out there just doing my thing. I'm getting paid probably under the table because at that time, I'm an immigrant. I'm not getting, you know, what's that called? I'm not getting paid my rightfully salary because I don't have the proper, you know, social security card and all the things that you need in order to be able to get a decent job and get paid the right amount of salary. But anyway, long story short, short story long, I'm working at this particular job in downtown Brooklyn, giving away flyers. And on this particular day, I was next to a school, probably like, I forgot the high school or whatever, right? And the school let out, and some girls was walking by, and a girl walked by me that particular day, and she was like, she came up to me, she took one of the flyers, and she was like, "You too cute to be giving out flyers." And that shit crushed my ego. That shit made me feel some type of way. I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? That made me feel some type of way, like, man, she kind of, you know, she kind of right. I'm too fly to be out here just giving away flyers and shit, you know what I mean? I could be doing something else. And that exact same day, I decided to quit my job, and I ran into a dude that was doing some things, you know what I mean? Like, he was kind of like, quote unquote, a boss in the hood, and he was making moves. I don't want to really say particularly what he was doing, but he put me under his wing, you know what I mean? And that was the first day I got, you know what I mean, I graduated from giving away flyers to now I'm on the corner selling something else, you know what I mean? And now I'm one of the niggas on the corner pushing them things, you know what I mean? And that was based on, you know, my ego being hurt, number one, because I'm, you know what I mean? Young lady coming up to you telling you that you too cute to be giving away flyers, and you already think you're a fly nigga and you shouldn't even be doing this in the first place. But now she confirming you shouldn't be doing it because, you know what I mean? She coming at you like that. But that's the thing about it when you're in the hood. You have a lot of ego and you have a lot of pride. You know what I mean? And I realized pride will keep you broke. So I had to suck up my pride. And I got introduced to a different lifestyle. And that lifestyle, you know, it wasn't something I really wanted to do, but it was something that I felt like it was necessary at the time because I wasn't able to live the lifestyle that I felt like I deserved to live. You know what I mean? And that was what's it called? That was basically a learning experience in itself because, you know what I mean? Learning that whole thing, it's not easy. It's not like you gonna just get a nigga gonna give you a pack and you gonna just move it just like that. You have to figure this whole thing out. You know what I mean? You gotta find customers. You know what I mean? And when you working a 9 to 5, you ain't really basically giving away flyers. You really ain't have to find no customers. You just giving away flyers and you just doing that hand in hand with the flyers. But you gotta find customers that's interested in the product that you trying to sell. You know what I mean? Being a corner boy. And that particular experience for me, you know, my first time doing that, I ended up messing the whole shit up. And I had to end up owing the big homie some money. But he looked out and we straightened everything out. But that was just the process of me understanding now that I'm about to be an entrepreneur. And anytime you being an entrepreneur, you're going to have adversities and situations that's going to try to take you off your course and where you're trying to go. But at the end of the day, I believe all hustlers and all corner boys are entrepreneurs. We just selling the wrong product. You know what I mean? We just selling the wrong product, and that's just how it goes. We all have that spirit of trying to make it and trying to get it. And we ain't trying to let none stop us no matter what. Ain't nothing gonna come in the way, ain't nothing gonna get in the way. And that's just the mentality. So if I'd have stopped when I fucked up the first pack, if I'd have stopped right there, I wouldn't be able to graduate to, you know what I mean, the next level in the game. And I was able to do that because I stayed down until I came up. And that's what you got to do in life, man. You got to stay down until you come up. You know what I mean? That's how you gonna make it. Like even doing this podcast thing right here, man. This is out of my element. But do you know how many adversities I had to go through just to get this whole thing set up? You know what I mean? Spending 5,000 here, 10,000 here on this camera, this lens, and running into all kind of adversity, trying to set this whole shit up is a lot, man. You know what I mean? And if you're not dedicated and you're not determined, you're not gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna find a reason to not execute. And I believe is this: people do what they want, or they find excuses on why they shouldn't do it. And I believe a lot of times people suffer from a disease called excuse-itis. You know what I mean? A lot of people sit around and complain about this and about that. You know what I mean? You could come up with 101 reasons on why you shouldn't do something. But instead of thinking of that, I'm thinking about why I should do it. And I don't got time to stop, pause for nobody. I'm on my grind. I got something I want to execute. I don't care what's going on around me. I got to execute this. I gotta accomplish this, because if I sit around and complain about what's going wrong, it ain't gonna never get done. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna never get done. And then some people are not gonna wanna go through the whole process and journey with you. That's life. You gotta understand that you can't even be mad at them, because they got shit that they wanna do. And they got goals and things that they wanna accomplish. But that shouldn't stop you at all, because at the end of the day, man, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. You feel me? Because a lot of times people will take you off your course and try to make you be on a different frequency when you really need to be on the frequency that's going to take you where you need to go. You know what I mean? So I say, stop complaining. You know what I mean? Don't suffer from that disease called excuse-itis. Cure yourself for that. You know what I mean? You got to at all times. I got my prop here, Prince. Yo, Prince, what up? He chilling right now. He just cooling. You know what I mean? He doing what he do best. Just looking fly. As you can see, he's matching my swag. So you know, he's on the right accord. You feel me? But yeah, at the end of the day, man, I believe in trying to accomplish anything, man. If your attitude is right, the facts don't count. You know? If the attitude is right, the facts don't count. A lot of people be like, why do I say that? Or what does that mean? Because facts do count. Well, in my world, everybody that considers something to be a fact is just really opinions. That's somebody's opinion. A fact is just what somebody believe it to be so. But if your attitude is right, the facts don't count, man. You got to have a positive attitude. It could be a bunch of things that's put against you to fail. But if you moving with a positive attitude, the universe is going to open up doors for you to go through that you wouldn't even think, or you wouldn't even compute that it was possible. So you got to understand that, like I said, even doing this podcast shit, this ain't even my world. But I enter this world with an open mind and understanding that the world lives on the internet. And if I'm transitioning from one lifestyle to another lifestyle, I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna have to do something out of my element. I'm gonna have to do something that's different. I can't do the same thing I was doing before and expect different results. I gotta change this whole shit up. You know what I mean? So I got fly. It's my first episode, so you know I had to throw on the motherfucking, you know what I mean, all white motherfucking shirt. Had to get suited and booted. I had to get right. You know what I mean? Kind of like it's the first day of school. Hair gotta be dipped right. Cartier's on the frame. I had to do it my way. You know what I mean? I had to be comfortable in my zone. Because I tried to do this recording videos before, but it's a process. And if you have to do the whole production, anybody that knows about recording film is a whole production that goes on behind the scenes. You guys get to see the finished product. And right now, everything is looking good because that's we put a lot of work and a lot of effort behind the scenes to pay for good quality, pay for good cameras, and putting that finishing touch on it so it can be right. So when you see it, you absorb it, you like the visual, and it looks smooth. But in the process of all of it, you got to deal with all the adversities that comes with it, because anytime you're doing something new, you're gonna have to deal with adversity, and that's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? We can't complain about it. We just moving and we doing what we got to do to get it done. You feel me? But at the end of the day, let me get back on track. I don't want to lose y'all. You got to find your purpose in life. You know what I mean? Understand, if your attitude is right, the facts don't count. My attitude was always positive, even when I was doing wrong. No matter what I was doing, my attitude was always positive. If I'm going to commit a crime, I would only think about the results that I wanted to see. You know how people say, yo, think about the pros and the cons? Maybe I was too ignorant, but for me, I would only think about the pros. I ain't had time to think about the cons. The cons was not in my mind. I didn't want to think about getting locked up or going to jail. And anytime I was doing something and I had those thoughts about going to jail, I would immediately stop what I was doing. I would immediately change my hustle. And that's another thing, you got to know when to transition. Anytime you're doing something and you hustling, you got to know when to transition. A lot of niggas in jail right now because they don't know when to switch their hustles. You know, they get locked up, they come home, they do the same thing. They get locked up again, they come home, they do the same thing. And the thing about it is, I done did every hustle known to man, but I ain't never been locked up or did no prison time. Why? Because I knew when to switch my hustles. I never did the same thing for too long. I always understood if I made some money doing this thing, I always took that money, flip it, and put it in something else. See, you can't be caught up in one hustle because it's working right now. You think you're going to do this forever. Nah, there was some hustles that I was doing that I was making so much money, I felt like the feds was coming any minute. I felt like the police was going to knock my door down any motherfucking minute. You know what I mean? And once, you know, a few times those thoughts came into mind, and I cancel those thoughts out because there's negativity, that's negative thoughts. I cancel those thoughts out. But once those thoughts become overwhelming and I can't cancel them out, that's when I start to say, okay, it's time to switch my hustle. Because you get what you think about most of the time. If you're thinking about negative things are going to happen in your life. It's just that simple. Everybody can understand that concept like 1, 2, 3, or 2 + 2 is 4. Everybody understands that, but not everybody does that or apply that into their daily life. That's the problem. It's like we know what to do, but we don't do it. And I always live by this quote, to know and not to do is not to know. Because if you know something and you ain't doing it, then you really don't know it. You know what I mean? So me, for instance, if I'm doing a hustle and I feel like, yo, the boys is coming any minute, or I feel like something ain't right, I can feel it in my gut, I always switch my hustle. That's the main thing. You got to know when to switch your hustle. You got to know when to transition. Just like, you know, anything in life. If a female is in your life and she not working out and she's not acting right, you got to know when to transition. You got to know when to leave her alone. A lot of times we stay in relationships and we try to figure it out and try to make it work. Man, the shit ain't working now. It ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? It's time to switch it up. Yeah, you love her. Yeah, you in love and you want to, you know, hold on to her and you got kids with her and all this other excuses for the reasons why you should stay with her. Man, fuck all of that, man. It's time for you to switch it up. Point blank, period. And we not holding on to no baggage. We not holding on to nothing. If she not moving in the direction you want her to move in, it's time to switch it up. If the hustle is going good and you making that bread and you can't get the negative thoughts out of your mind that you might get caught or you feel in your gut like something wrong is about to happen, it's time to transition and start a new hustle. You know what I mean? We don't stop hustling. We keep on hustling. We just change the product and move to another city or another state. And that's another thing, man. To piggyback off of what I said about the environment, you got to be willing to change your environment too. If you want to be successful, sometimes when you're in that particular environment and you caught up in that hypnotic rhythm, sometimes it's good to change your environment. You have to be willing to change your environment. And it don't matter if you ain't got no money right now. It don't matter if you ain't in the position you want to be in. Hey man, you change your environment, you're going to get in position. How you think I got to where I'm at? You know what I'm saying? You think I wanted to stay in New York? Of course, I made a lot of money in New York doing my thing, moving around. You know what I mean? But at some point, I say, hold up, man. I had to really see what was going on. I said, hold up, man. Every dollar that I make in New York, I'm spending it. Why is that? Every time I make some money in New York, I'm spending the money right back into the system. I'm putting the money right back into the system. Here I am trying to cheat the system and get more money and not pay what I gotta pay to the system You know what I mean? But I end up giving the money back indirectly through parking tickets, through rent, through bills, through lifestyle. Because to live in New York is an expensive lifestyle. They're going to get you some way, somehow. And they're going to charge you a lot of money. And you're going to spend a lot of money for rent just to live if you want to be comfortable. But then right outside your door, there may be a crackhead. There might be, you know, all type of things going on outside of your door. So you're really not living really that comfortable. You know what I mean? So at some point I said, man, this shit got to stop. I got to figure this shit out. I want to live a certain particular lifestyle, and I want more for myself. And in order to get more for yourself, you're going to have to do more, and you're going to have to be willing to change your environment. So that's why I moved to Atlanta after I left New York, because I wanted the indoor basketball court. You know what I mean? I wanted the gym inside my complex. I also wanted a nice environment, man, to be around and wake up to. I needed that. I felt like I deserved that. I didn't put enough work in. I didn't hustle. I didn't grind. I believe I needed that in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just needed that. So I moved to Atlanta, not knowing anything about Atlanta. You know what I mean? I sold my BMW and my drop top BMW, because I'll tell y'all the story how I got that from hustling. Matter of fact, I'll tell y'all that right now. You know, again, transitioning, hustling, selling things on the corner, and then that situation not working out or not panning out the way I want it to be. And then I go get another job, and then I meet someone else that tells me, hey man, what you doing this for? You could be doing this. And it's very important that you understand that through your life, you're going to meet people that's going to guide you through your life. I look at these people that I met, the girl that I met earlier when I was giving away flyers, and she told me, you too fly to be doing this. And that made me go in another direction. Same thing is happening now. Fast forward years later, the same thing is happening when I'm working at a t-shirt shop and I'm selling t-shirts. I meet a nigga in there that's buying t-shirts every day. Every day this nigga comes in and buy 4 to 5 new t-shirts, and I'm wondering, how is he getting all this money to buy these t-shirts? And he's telling me he's selling CDs. And I'm like, do you rap? Do you do music? Why are you selling CDs? And he's like, I'm not really, I don't rap, I don't DJ or nothing like that, but this is just my hustle. And I told him I'm pursuing music as well. So he's like, yo, why you not selling your music? And I'm like, nigga, that shit ain't, that's not something I even thought about, because at that particular time, you know, that wasn't even on my mind, because all I was thinking about was just paying my bills, paying my rent, because I was living with my aunt at the time. And if anybody know my aunt Evelyn, I don't give a damn what you got going on, but you got to pay the bills if you staying under her roof. Like, she Jamaican, so she needs some money. She don't care about no rapping. She don't care about nothing. She needs some money if you're gonna be staying under a roof. So I needed a job at the time, and that's what I was doing. You know what I mean? I needed a job, and that's what I decided to do. But anyway, he convinced me. It took 2 months for him to convince me to come out there and sell my music with him. I was making, at that time, $50 a day, working 6 days a week and 12 hours a day. And I was working for some Asian people, and they owned this particular clothing store on 34th Street. So I wasn't really making shit, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I had to do what I had to do. You feel me? And so anyway, I went out there, freezing cold, winter time in New York. It's goddamn 20 below zero. You know, he gave me a few CDs. In the first hour, I made $70. So right then, after that, I decided to quit my job. I made $70 in the first hour. I was like, shit, what am I doing this for? Why am I working the t-shirt spot, making $50 a day, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week? When I just went out to the block, made $70 in 2 hours, in about an hour. So I said, cool, I could rock out and do this. It's cold as fuck, but I got on my snorkel and I'm gonna rock out and do this. But like I said again, I was always willing to transition. throughout my life. I never stuck with one thing to the point where I bleeded dry. I always was able to see the opportunities, and then I was able to transition. My homie that put me onto that particular hustle at that time, selling music out there, going out the trunk with it, going hand in hand with it. My first month doing that, I bought me a BMW drop top. I think it was a 3 Series, 323i or something like that, a 325i drop top. You dig? And to this day, I still look out for my nigga that put me on, or just even brought it to my attention. His name is Bless. What up, Bless? I hope you out there doing safe. I hope you out there doing your thing. You know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to make is you have to be aware of your blessings and aware of opportunities when they approach, and you gotta be willing to transition. And if you're not willing to transition, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? You're gonna come up with all excuses on why you where you at. And you gotta eliminate mysticism. And what I mean is you gotta eliminate the whole process of thinking that somebody else is making these things happen for you. You are making things happen in your life. If your life ain't going right and you don't got what you want, it's you. It ain't nobody else to blame but you. There's a lot of people out there blaming other people for their mistakes or their shortcomings. It's you. You are the reason why things ain't moving in the direction you want it to be. You know what I mean? Because you get what you think about most of the time. That's a quote I live by. You know what I mean? I'm also gonna do a segment just based on quotes. So we creating content. This is my first episode ever. So you know it's not gonna be the best episode ever, because we're gonna get better with time. And if y'all like what y'all hearing, I want y'all to support, because we got a lot of things coming. But right now, this is about from the corner store to the corner office. And this, like I said, this segment is called Create a Steady Hustle. But we ain't gonna sway away too much off track. We're gonna get right back into it. Like I said again, we can't complain about where we at and not take full responsibility. I ain't never complained about nothing. And sometimes people might not understand what they want to do in life. They might not even know what they want to do in life, you know what I mean? They might not really know their goals and their dreams and their aspiration. But one of the things I've learned recently is that, well, I've been knew this, but I'm more focused on it now, is that what rings in my head every other day is that your gifts will make a way for you. So in trying to find your purpose in life, you got to know what's your gift, what you're good at, what's something that you can do that other people have a hard time doing. You do it effortlessly. It's just easy for you to do it. You know what I mean? It's just something that it is a no-brainer for you. And it might be something that you don't even like to do. Like me, I'm a writer. I don't like to write, but that's what I could do effortlessly because I create content. I'm into poetry. I'm into writing music. I'm a writer. I can write a script. I can write a movie. I can write whatever. But I don't like writing. I like dictating. You know what I mean? I'm a boss, so I like to dictate everything. But sometimes I got to buckle down and do my writing thing because that's what I'm good at. But I'm also good at music. I'm also good at a vast majority of things. And that might be you. You might be good at a vast majority of things, but you got to focus on that one thing that you love to do that comes effortless to you. That's how you know what your purpose is in life. And God gives you gifts to use it. You don't just get a gift and just say, man, I'm fucked up in life. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I need to do. And I don't know how to do it. Man, you know your gifts. Sit down and just buckle down and really, you know what I mean, study yourself, get to know yourself, see what you're great at, and you tap into that. And once you tap into that, you're going to tap into greatness. And that's when you're going to start really accomplishing your goals and really getting the fruits of your labors. But you got to put in the work. It's a process. You got to put in the work. I've been trying to set up this goddamn fucking podcast shit for the last, we started for the last damn near 8-9 hours. We started at 12:30 trying to set everything up. Right now it's about 9 o'clock. You know how many times I had to go to BNC camera store just to figure out this and figure out that? It's like anything that could go wrong went wrong. I could have easily be like, you know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna shoot tomorrow. I'm not even gonna shoot today. I'm gonna shoot this shit tomorrow, man. I ain't got time for this. I could easily do that because this shit ain't making me no money. This shit ain't doing nothing for me that's gonna change my life drastically right now. But I was determined to get it done. I don't even give a fuck if I was here by myself, shooting camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. I don't care. I was determined to get it done by any means. And that's my mentality. You know what I mean? I don't care what's going on, man. If I set my mind to do something, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what obstacle gets in the way. That's a part of life. That's a part of the journey. I enjoy the fact that I gotta go through things to get to where I'm trying to go, because that makes the reward so much sweeter. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. If it was easy, everybody be doing it. This shit ain't easy. I commend and salute any nigga that's creating content on a daily basis. That shit is not easy. Any nigga think that he can just cut on a camera and just start talking this shit and popping this shit. I mean, you could do that on your iPhone if you want to do that all day, but at the end of the day, quality over quantity for me. If I'm doing something, I want it to look pristine and prestige. That's why I got fly and I look the way I look. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could show you the outfit. I mean, but y'all can see the drip, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can see what's going on. But it takes, you know, dedication. It takes sacrifice. I could be doing something else, but I'm here spending 8 to 10 to 12 hours shooting content and putting out content because you know what? The world has changed. So when the world changed, you got to change or you're going to be a dinosaur. Either you change your hustle or you just be left or you just get left behind. You know what I mean? Because that mentality of being on the corner and going hand in hand, that shit dead. I understood a long time ago that the world lives on the internet. Your customer now is not on the corner. Your customer's on the internet. You feel me? And you got to tap into that. There's 8 billion people in the world. Somebody out there wants your content, wants your product. They want to support what you got going on. But you procrastinating and you're not putting it in their face. You got to put it in their face, man. Somebody got to see it. You can't be the only one looking at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got some dope, you know, dope ideas. You got some dope product. But if you're not showing nobody it, nobody can see it. It's in your crib. You're the only one that looks at it. Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Put that shit out to the world. Let the world see it and let them embrace it. Don't criticize yourself. Don't be critiquing yourself so much. Just put it out. And I'm telling all my hustlers, all my niggas out there that's grinding and you dealing with certain adversities and you have certain thoughts in your mind, it might be time for you to change your hustle. It's okay to change your hustle. It's not okay to do the same thing you was doing 5 years ago in 2023. It's not okay. It's time to switch it up. You dig? And that's what it's really all about. That's what I want the message to understand. I want to convey this message, man, from the corner store to the corner office, man. We switching it all up. You know what I mean? We taking one product and we switching it and we selling a whole nother product. You know what I mean? I got my book, The Power of Thought. If y'all I forgot, y'all niggas don't even read no more. You know what I mean? But I got you niggas covered. The people who don't read, I forgot. A lot of you motherfuckers don't read no more. But I believe all leaders are readers and all readers become leaders. So I also got the audio book for y'all too. You know what I mean? The Power of Thought. And that book is all about using your thoughts and your feelings to be the roadmap to lead you to success. It's your thoughts that create abundance for you. Change your mind and you can change your life. And it's just that simple. You know what I mean? A lot of times people make it more difficult than what it really is. Your thoughts created your whole reality. Everybody in this world is self-made. Just as successful people admit it. I heard that from Les Brown. And if you know Les Brown, he's one of the dopest motivational speakers out there. He's #1 on my list. Y'all should tap into him, Les Brown. You know what I mean? But like I said again, all of us are self-made. You create your reality. So if you broke, busted, disgusting, can't be trusted, You created that reality. If you ain't got no money in your pocket, your bitch ain't acting right, your kid's dropping out of school, your kid's not going to school, you created that reality. If your kids is acting out, they not doing their homework, your wife is not moving right, your girl not moving right, your bitch not moving right, you created that reality. You the master of your world. You the king of your whole galaxy. But you got to believe that. You got to understand that. Eliminate the whole thought process of something else going on around you making these things happen. No, nigga, you making it happen. Your thoughts are making it happen. I don't want to get into big details about how it all plays out in this grand scheme of things, but as we make more content, I'm gonna go more in depth and I'm gonna go more deeper, and maybe you'll understand how you are at fault for everything that goes on around you. You know what I mean? Like, basically, one time my brother was driving my Sprinter van. We got a party bus business out here called Luxury Party Bus, and that's in Las Vegas. You dig? If you need a luxury party bus, y'all tap in. The link will be under the bio. You understand? But listen, he was driving the car one day, right? And someone ended up hitting him, right, on the side of the van. It was a Camaro, I think, hit him on the side of the van. The damage wasn't really that big. It was a small little damage. And I called him, I asked him, yo, what's the problem? What's going on? He said, somebody hit me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you got to check your vibration. Because somebody hit you. They could hit anybody they could hit anybody on the street. They could have hit another car, but they hit you. And he didn't understand what I mean by that, check your vibration. That same week, the same week that he got hit on the right side of the van, he got hit again in that same week on the exact same side of the van. But the only difference is this particular hit was bigger than the last one. So again, that car could have hit anybody on the street. Anybody else could have got hit, but he got hit. Why is that? Again, I told him, you got to change your vibration. That's something that he don't probably, at that time, he probably didn't understand. Because he like, change my vibration. How is this my fault? I'm moving in my lane. Somebody swerve out of their lane and hit me. How is it my fault? But I'm looking at him and I'm telling him, it is your fault. Because they could hit anybody else in the world, but they hit you. What are you vibrating to cause that event to even happen? You and that person are co-conspirators in that event. Y'all created that event. Y'all made that event happen. Y'all connected in holy matrimony. You know what I mean? Y'all was tied with each other. Y'all thoughts, y'all actions created that event. And that's something that he could comprehend to a certain degree when I convey that to him. But he gonna have to really sit down and meditate with that to really understand what was he vibrating a month before, 2 weeks before, or even a year before that's catching up with him now that's causing something like that to happen, to cause frustration, aggravation, and just difficulties in his life. And that's what I want everybody to understand, that you are control of everything. You know what I mean? You are in control. Yeah, God has his hand on what goes on, and he's the overseer and he's watching everything, but you controlling what's going on right now on this planet in your life. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that. Live your life in a positive way. Be a positive blessing to everybody you meet. Only convey positivity. You know what I mean? Don't think negative. I don't care what I'm doing in life, like I said again. I don't care what's going on in life. I'm only thinking positive. Point blank, period. Somebody hit my car, I'm going to check my vibration. And number one, I'm gonna check my vibration. Number two, then I'm gonna ask myself, damn, God probably want me to get a new car. Time for me to upgrade. You know what I mean? It's time for me to get something else. That's how I'm gonna think. Now you might be mad and ready to fight the person that hit you. That's just the way you thinking. That's the way your mind is moving. But I'm moving in a whole different direction. But like I said, this is my first episode. I don't want to talk y'all to death. It's Create a Steady Hustle. It's an acronym for cash. That's what everybody trying to get. This cash, man. And y'all talking to yours truly, Likquidcash broadcast. We're going to do a lot of content like this. This is my first video ever, so I had to get suited and booted. I had to look fly. It's like the first day of school. I had to get right. I had to put on my tie. You know what I mean? I got my dog Prince with me. Prince, what up, boy? What's good? You chilling? You know, he matching me too. Come here, man. Come here. Come here. You chilling? You know, he had to match my fly, man. He had to match my fly. But listen, man. Like I said again, we're going to be putting out content. If y'all support what I'm saying, and y'all got any value from this video, y'all like and subscribe. This is going to be a new YouTube page. Be my first subscriber. Be the first one to leave a comment. Remember, like I said again earlier in the podcast, I said if you tell me the name of that song and the person who said those lines, sex, money, and murder, romance for the streets, you tell me who said those lines, I cash app you $100. The first one, all right? You can pay a phone bill, you can pay a light bill, you can pay something, all right? But yeah, we're gonna do this all week. My plan is to put out content all week, at least once a week, twice a week. We're gonna figure it all out. We're gonna get it together. You know what I mean? But this is the first one, and it's gonna be many, many more. And I want y'all to definitely stay in tune. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Likquidcash, yours truly, has started a podcast. I don't even like to call this a podcast. I just like to call it a network where I broadcast information and you consume it. And if you like it, you support. You know what I mean? You support what's going on. And how you support? You subscribe. You like. You dig what I'm saying? And you also go online. The link will be below. Support the merch. You know what I mean? We got cash apparel. You know what I mean? You are what you wear. Fly gear for the people that like to be in fly shit. I like to be fly. So if you like to be fly, you go onto the link in the bio, liquidcash.com, and you know what I mean? You bless the site and get you some fly gear. Or you go to the powerofthought.shop and you cop the book. You know what I mean? The Power of Thought, if you want to change your mindset. But like I said, a lot of niggas don't read, so we also got the audio book too for the people that don't read. It's going to be some fly shit. It's going to be some content you're going to like, you know what I mean? Like I said, this is my first episode. Create a steady hustle with yours truly, Likquidcash. Y'all stay blessed. Oh, this is tea, by the way. I ain't drinking no liquor. This is tea. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting down, cooling, drinking tea, and vibing. You know what I mean? It's my first episode, man. I hope y'all like it. You know, it's going to be many more. Stay blessed. Cheers. $250,000 on the neck, 100,000 on the vet, 50,000 left in cash. I'm a nigga, don't forget. Don't insult my intellect. I got millions in assets. You invest in your cash yet, or tricking on bad checks? I was born in the projects. Snotty nose, no clothes, no dough. Had to throw blows. Niggas hating, I'm fucking they hoes.